If you've ever felt like everyday life is quietly charging you a confusion tax, you're not imagining it. In 2025, some of the most ordinary products and services are designed to drain your wallet. Today, we're breaking down 5 industries that rig the game and how you can actually beat them. Quick roadmap so you can skip around: printer ink cartridges and the razor and blades trap, diamond engagement ring marketing, college textbook prices and access codes, diet pills and fat burner supplements, and the claw machine payout myth at arcades. Let's start with the one that quietly empties your bank account every semester: printer ink. The printer ink trap. Picture back to school season. You need a printer for homework, projects, and boarding passes. You see a sleek inkjet on sale for $49. It's a big brand, looks reliable, comes with starter ink, and the box screams smart wireless all-in-one. You grab it, take it home, set it up, and it prints beautifully until the ink meter starts plummeting after a handful of assignments. You head back to the store and surprise, the replacement ink costs $50 for one cartridge set, more than the printer you just bought. You ask an associate if it's a mistake. They shrug. Printer ink is expensive to manufacture. Meanwhile, you notice a wall of nearly identical boxes with cryptic model numbers: XG241, XG24540, XG245XXL, like you need a Rosetta Stone just to buy black ink. Here's what's happening. Many inkjet brands use the classic razor and blades business model: sell the printer close to cost, then make profits on consumables. Proprietary cartridges with DRM chips or firmware updates can block third-party ink, locking you into brand name refills. Some models even run cleaning cycles when you power on or before or after print jobs, which helps maintain print heads but can also consume a non-trivial portion of your ink over time. Add to that, on some printers, black-only prints still pull tiny amounts of color ink depending on color management and print settings, especially in high-quality or photo modes. It's not every model, but it's common enough that users notice their color cartridges dip even when they swear they printed only text. Teardown videos and independent tests have also shown that the usable ink volume can be lower than what you'd expect from the marketing box size, especially with starter cartridges. And yes, the naming conventions are intentionally confusing. Standard, XL, XXL, with yield estimates that vary by coverage and mode. The ISO page yield is an industry benchmark, but real-world results can be much lower if you print lots of graphics, photos, or if your printer runs frequent maintenance cycles. Translation: constant spending, frequent refills, and a surprisingly high cost per page. How to beat the ink scam in 2025. Choose a monochrome laser printer if you print mostly text. Toner lasts longer, typically lower cost per page, and far less waste on cleaning cycles. For color needs, consider InkTank EcoTank style printers with refillable reservoirs. Higher upfront cost, dramatically lower cost per page. In settings, select grayscale or black ink only when available. Avoid photo modes for simple documents. If you print rarely, skip home ownership altogether. Use a campus lab, library, or local print shop to avoid dry ups and maintenance cycles. Watch out for firmware updates that block third-party cartridges. Read user reports before updating. Also, if you run into error messages after trying non-OEM cartridges, know that many printers can be set to continue or ignore warnings, though your mileage may vary. Ultimately, the cheapest printer isn't cheap if the ink is expensive. Calculate total cost of ownership, not just sticker price. Now, from ink that evaporates from your wallet to gems that evaporate in resale value, let's talk about diamond engagement rings. The diamond ring playbook. You're on a beach at sunset, ready to propose. You open a small box, your partner gasps, and it's perfect, sparkly, brilliant, and if you followed tradition, worth about 2 months' salary. But where did that rule even come from? Short answer: marketing. Starting in the late 1930s and popularized in 1947, the slogan "A diamond is forever" by the agency N.W. Iafooty Beers positioned diamonds as the ultimate symbol of eternal love. Magazines, movies, and celebrities reinforced the narrative that a diamond ring was the only real engagement ring. Over time, the suggestion that you should spend a fixed slice of your salary took hold. Not a law of love, just a very effective ad campaign. Here's the consumer reality in 2025. Retail markup on natural diamond engagement rings can be significant. Resale value is commonly much lower than the purchase price. Lab-grown diamonds have become mainstream, with identical chemical composition to natural diamonds and far lower price per carat. Resale is still typically weak compared to retail, but you can get more stone for less money. Moissanite offers high sparkle and durability at a fraction of the cost. It's not diamond, but many consumers love it for the value. How to beat the diamond trap. Ditch the 2-month salary myth. Set a budget that fits your finances. Compare natural versus lab-grown diamonds versus moissanite. Use reputable jewelers and insist on certifications GIA for diamonds. Focus on what your partner actually wants: style, setting, ethical sourcing rather than what ads prescribe. Understand resale reality. Buy for love and design, not as an investment. Marketing created the ritual. You control the budget. Speaking of budgets, let's talk about the financial ambush millions face every semester. College textbooks and those infamous one-time access codes. Textbook trickery in higher ed. You get your dream college acceptance. Then orientation drops a list of required textbooks. You visit the bookstore and find prices that look like rent. The sticker shock isn't new. Over decades, textbook prices increased dramatically compared to overall inflation. In the 2010s, many students spent hundreds to over $1,000 annually on books and supplies, and the pressure pushed some to skip purchases altogether, hurting learning outcomes. But the modern twist is the digital paywall. New editions every year that reshuffle chapters, and one-time use access codes for homework platforms. Buy used, the code is dead. Borrow a previous edition, page numbers and assignments no longer line up. Some campuses push inclusive access bundles that add charges to your student account unless you opt out by a deadline. Blending convenience with lock-in. Is every publisher evil? No, but the incentives are clear. Frequent editions, proprietary platforms, and codes that expire keep revenue flowing. Meanwhile, open educational resources OER and library licensed ebooks have grown, but adoption varies by department and instructor. Students are often stuck between paying full price and risking lost homework credit. How to beat the textbook trap. Ask professors early if older editions or alternatives are acceptable. Many are flexible if you ask in week 1. Check library reserves and institutional ebook licenses. Some libraries provide limited-time digital access for free. Team up with classmates to share costs, or split physical book plus digital access when allowed. Set calendar reminders for inclusive access, opt-out deadlines if you prefer buying used or sourcing OER. Use publisher-free homework tools when instructors permit them. 0 hour 8 minutes and 5 seconds, 0 hour 8 minutes and 24 seconds. Remember, the best deal is the one that preserves your learning without wrecking your budget. Now, from tuition-adjacent costs to body image marketing, let's tackle diet pills and so-called fat burners. Diet pill reality check. The weight loss supplement aisle looks like a miracle factory. Thermogenic fat burner, melt belly fat, extreme shred, appetite suppressant. Most over-the-counter fat burners revolve around 2 buckets: caffeine-heavy stimulant blends and proprietary herbal mixes. Think green tea extract, sinephrine or bitter orange, yohimbine, cayenne, garcinia Cambogia. Often under-regulated and under-tested for real-world effectiveness. 0 hour 8 minutes and 55 seconds, 0 hour 9 minutes and 21 seconds. Does that mean these supplements do literally nothing? In many cases, clinical evidence shows any effect is small, inconsistent, and hard to sustain. Some people report slightly reduced appetite or an energy bump that helps them move more, but that's a caffeine story, not a magic fat loss switch. The National Institutes of Health and other reputable sources consistently note very limited evidence that OTC weight loss supplements create meaningful, durable fat loss. Side effects are not rare: jitters, anxiety, insomnia, elevated blood pressure, heart palpitations, digestive issues, and drug-herb interactions. Because supplements are regulated differently than prescription drugs in the U.S. DSHUA framework, products can hit shelves without the rigorous PR, market efficacy, and safety testing you might assume. When ingredients get banned by the FDA, some brands simply tweak formulas and rebrand. Meanwhile, GLP-1 medications like semaglutide have flooded headlines. These are prescription drugs with medical oversight, different from OTC fat burners. They're not for everyone, and come with their own considerations, costs, and side effects. Point is, marketing often blurs lines between supplements and medicines to make a sale. Don't let label language trick you into thinking a bottle from the vitamin aisle replaces medical care, nutrition, or training. How to beat the diet pill trap. Trust fundamentals. A modest calorie deficit. Consistent protein, fiber, sleep, and resistance training. If you're considering any supplement or medication, talk to a qualified healthcare professional. Be wary of before and after photos, miracle claims, and proprietary blends that hide dosages. A daily 20-minute walk, good sleep hygiene, and strength workouts beat most fat burners in safety, sustainability, and cost. This video is educational and not medical advice. Your health decisions deserve more than a marketing claim. Now, let's talk about the arcade classic that looks like a skill game, but acts a lot like a slot machine, the claw machine. Claw machine chaos. You convert real money into tokens. You see the cutest plush on earth sitting 1 inch from the chute. You line it up perfectly. Drop the claw. Clamp, then it slides like a greased watermelon. You try again and again. 20 minutes later, you've spent a small fortune, and the plush is still staring at you with judgmental button eyes. What's going on? Many claw machines and redemption games let operators set adjustable payout parameters. In plain English, the machine's grip strength or win condition can be programmed to be weak most of the time and stronger only after the machine has taken in a certain amount of money. There's a real element of chance. Some skill helps with alignment, but if the claw isn't strong enough during your turn, perfect play won't matter. Legal classifications vary by region, but claw machines are often treated as amusement or redemption devices rather than pure gambling machines. The key takeaway for your wallet is the same. They are not designed for you to beat consistently. The more expensive the prize displayed, the higher the operator usually needs the intake before the machine loosens up enough to actually hold something. How to beat the claw machine trap. Treat it as paid entertainment, not a way to win value. Set a strict budget before you start. When it's gone, you're done. If you're determined, watch a few plays first. If the claw shows firm a grip periodically, your odds slightly improve by timing, but remember, the house still wins over time. If you want the plush, buying it outright is almost always cheaper. Now, let's tie all 5 together with a simple framework for 2025. In every one of these categories, the deal is in the design. Low upfront cost, high recurring fees, emotional storytelling that reframes price as love diamonds, digital locks and artificial obsolescence textbooks, miracle claims that convert insecurity into repeat purchases, fat burners, and games engineered for pay-in before pay-out claw machines. Your 2025 Consumer Survival Guide. Total cost of ownership beats sticker price. Do the math before you buy. Question the story. Ask who benefits when you believe a rule like 2 months' salary. Watch for lock-in. Do you earn chips? Access codes. Inclusive. Bundles great for vendors, not always for you. Demand evidence. Separate marketing claims from independent research, especially for health products. Set rules before emotions. Budgets, opt-out reminders, and cooldown periods save you from impulse traps. If this helped, comment which rigged game you've faced and how you beat it. If you want a part 2 covering things like extended warranties, printer firmware subscriptions, luxury investment bags, and airport upsells, let me know. Stick Figure Me will be back with more consumer protection judo. Thanks for watching, and take back your wallet in 2025.